Sports Chicago is brought to you in part by Toyota. Tested, trusted, Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. By Lexus, who encourages you to experience amazing. And by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite, hold true.
Still cloudy, but not rainy anymore here at Guaranteed Rate Field. Sox and Royals getting ready for game number 2. Ozzie Guillen got to catch that first pitch from Jack McDowell. Herm Schneider getting to visit with some of the folks from 1993. The celebration continues. It is once again Authentic Fan Day at the ballpark. Matt Davis is our authentic fan this afternoon, but some prospective authentic fans using the hashtag Authentic Fan. One in Barcelona. This is a family at the ballpark. Hashtag Authentic Fan. Any seat is a great seat to watch the Sox play with the family, says Gustavo. 40 degrees, not cold enough. Good job, Grub. Hashtag Authentic Fan is what you'll use to get on our radar. Daryl Boston and Ozzie Guillen solving the world's problems downstairs.
Oh, I'm sure that's exactly what's going on. What I love is this team is genuinely happy to see one another.
Yes.
I mean, you could tell that it was a close-knit clubhouse because all the guys talked about how great it was to renew acquaintances with teammates. Some of the guys stayed in touch, some of them didn't, but it's nice to be in the same place at the same time for all of these guys. Had such a great year in '93.
94 wins, 94 and 68. Jack McDowell, the Cy Young. Frank Thomas, the MVP, and remembered with the pennants that were passed out today as fans enter the ballpark. But you do see it. I mean, there is true thrill being back here, and we talked to Jack and Jason yesterday about that. And what's cool as well is that this Sox group that's currently here got a chance to chat with some of the guys coming through and hear what it was like back in 1993. Bo Jackson came back from injury in 1993, comeback player of the year. Bo's return, April 9th, 1993, and what did he do but liven the ball to right field? The crowd was in a frenzy, and Bo, upon coming back from that major hip reconstruction, sent one out of here. '93 Sox, you see the record, 94 and 68. Frank the MVP, Blackjack the Cy Young winner. I was actually a little disappointed he didn't use his typical motion on that first pitch that he just threw. He kind of went short stride on us. ALCS to the Blue Jays in 6 games, and that Jays team was so talented and such a dangerous side, and the Sox took him to 6. Blue Jays ended up winning and then going on to the World Series. 94 and 68, the final record. Frank Thomas remembered in Jersey for years and years and years to come. One of the greatest of all time, Frank Thomas in a Sox jersey. As the Sox take the field, and they'll take aim at the Kansas City Royals about 20 minutes later than expected because of rain that pushed through about an hour before scheduled game time. So Abreu and the Sox get on the field a little bit tardy, but we are ready to give you the Webb Auto Group starting lineup for Kansas City. And Edgar Frederick Yost III, the manager of the Royals. He goes by Ned, Merrifield, Bonifacio, Moustakas, Perez, Duda, and Dozier, Gordon, Paulo Orlando, and Escobar.
The defensive setup for our Sox presented by UI Health, and this is how Ricky Renteria is going to put them out there today with Lamar, Engel, and Garcia in the outfield left to right. Then it's Yolmer, Tim, Yohan, and Jose in the infield with Kevin Smith getting the nod behind the plate. And our Lexus Experience amazing starting pitcher is Ronaldo Lopez. In search of his 5th win, his ERA a respectable 3.77. And as you can see, less hits than innings pitched. That's always a good thing. He has allowed 11 home runs, which is not all that high a total at this part of the season. The umpires for the game this afternoon: Adam Hammery behind the plate, then Chad Whitson, the crew chief Mike Winters at second, and Tim Timmons is at third base. So with some fireworks exploding, And now the haze setting over the ballpark. It appears that we are ready to go. And I'm ready to turn it over to my spunky play-by-play partner, the man who was all of 9 years old back in 1993, rooting on his White Sox.
It's true. Thanks, Steve. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Jason.
This fog actually is because of all the candles we got you.
Very nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So Reynaldo Lopez.
Need a fire extinguisher, but.
Well, he loves the visibility right now. I'd throw the first pitch if I were him.
I'd throw the first 15 pitches.
This is like fireworks in a dome right now.
Pretty close to it.
Well, it was a Super Bowl maybe like 15 years ago. I want to say it was that Titans-Rams Super Bowl. They did some sort of pyrotechnics at halftime, and once the second half started, there was still remnants and like a cloud of dust without the 3 yards. There's ball one if you saw it. Lopez to Merrifield. Just try to pick out the blue jersey is all you can do if you're Reynaldo. This one we believe is into left field, and it is a leadoff single for Merrifield.
Doesn't really matter to Merrifield what the visibility is. He just swings the bat well. He's been consistently at or over 300 this year. He's a big portion of the Royals running game, so you have to keep him close.
One on, nobody out for a Jorge Bonifacio as Merrifield scored 2 runs yesterday, 2 of the 6 for Kansas City. He was on base 3 times. Reynaldo Lopez misses with ball one. You see the pink glove. Reynaldo is a new father, just had a baby girl named Zoe this week. So congratulations to Reynaldo and his entire family. We'll hear more about that later on in the telecast, but congrats to Reynaldo, his wife Gilaris. Reynaldo very excited to be a dad. In the air left field, Ryan Lamar chasing it toward the corner, and that is a fair ball. And this one is up and out of here through the smoke for Bonifacio.
First home run of the year. He's now driven in 7, and that ball started to hook and then straightened out. Looked like it was going to go foul. It looked like it was absolutely going to pass in front of the pole. For whatever reason, it didn't. Ford home run replay. It's a towering fly ball to left field. It actually moved back toward left center, which going down the line you just don't see very much. So an ominous beginning with the Ford home run replay, and not with the guys wearing black.
Kansas City, just like on opening day for Danny Duffy, as the first 2 score. It was 4 on opening day. Sox came back and won that game 14-7. Two strikes on Moustakas, who's got 3 career home runs against Lopez.
Tried that straight change. It was down and out of the zone. That's one of the things he would like to get a feel for early. You know, that's what Carlos Rodon said about his change. When it came to him early, the other guys were in big trouble.
Carlos looked real good last time out.
Boy, he was just terrific. Stuff was crisp. He had good command, and that changeup made the difference in that performance.
Breaking ball for strike 3. 1 down here in the first. Chuck Garfien is off today. Layla Rahimi is in. Hi, Layla. Glad to have you.
Hey, Jason. Yeah, Chuck is on his way to the Futures game and the All-Star game, so you'll see him tomorrow reporting. Now, as for Reynaldo Lopez, you mentioned him earlier. He's celebrating the birth of his daughter, Zoe. And Rick Renteria said before the game, I just wanted to remind him it's a 1:10 start for the game. He was like, are you sure you want to do this? Lopez said yes. Happy to be pitching and happy to be a dad.
Good news, he was here on time, but the Royals bats are too. This one to right field, and Garcia for route number 2. Salvador Perez flies out.
It's unusual swinging at the first pitch. Does he do that about 60% of the time?
152% of the time.
Yeah, he does not like to walk very much. He's on a streak without a walk. Not exactly epic yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah, he's working on 120 consecutive plate appearances without a walk. That's the longest such streak in baseball. And when you put the first ball in play, it keeps the streak going. Lopez to Duda. Kansas City has been scoring a little bit more recently. Last 10 games are up to about 4.5 runs per game. This was an offense that really scuffled in June.
Well, they've gotten some of their injured players back, some of their suspended player back. So the team is regrouping.
Tim's got it right of second base, and that will do it. But Kansas City is on the tote board first with 2 runs from Bonifacio. Chevy, Fords, Mitsubishi, Genesis, and Hyundais at the best price. Go to webcars.com. Abreu in the 3 spot has hit Danny Duffy very well. He's seen him a bunch. Yohan Moncada in the 6th position with the left-hander on the mound, and Lamar, who had 2 hits last night in his first Sox start.
Defensive setup for the Royals. It's Gordon, Orlando, and Bonifacio in the outfield with Moustakas, Escobar, Merrifield, and Duda in the infield. Salvador Perez gets a nod behind the plate. We'll tell you about Danny Duffy in a moment.
A moment has passed.
Our Lexus Experience Amazing starting pitcher is the aforementioned Danny Duffy, on for his 20th start.
And he faces Tim Anderson, who has the 2nd best batting average in baseball in the 1st inning. Do with that what you will.
Well, Duffy is 7-6 lifetime against our Sox, but his ERA is up there at 4.55.
Well, we talked about it last night. We've seen him go like gangbusters through the first time and a half through the order, and then suddenly there's a pothole that start falls into, and we saw it on opening day as well. as he punches out Anderson low in the zone. Duffy, first time through the order, gave up 1 hit and 1 walk on opening day, and then the 4th inning it all collapsed. A 5-run inning for the Sox. They took the lead for good.
And as you can see, this year has not been kind to Danny Duffy against our Sox, with an ERA up over 8.
One down for Garcia. Leori Garcia average up to 280 on base plus slugging at 715 after a 3 for 5 last night. He was a triple away from the cycle. To shortstop, Escobar just nipped him. Escobar played center field last night. He's over at shortstop today, his usual position.
And what Ned Yost is trying to do is get a whole lot of playing time for a lot of different people. Some of them very young. Some of them they certainly want to see what they have going into next year. And that's one of the reasons why Escobar will not be starting at shortstop every day, as has been his custom for many years.
2 down for Abreu, who had his first home run since June 27th in the game last night.
Duffy's got a big curveball, throws a little tight slider to go with it, but the curveball's always been his pitch.
In there for a strike.
And there it was. You saw how quick the break was, and if he keeps it there, he's not going to give up too many runs. But that's about the best curveball he can throw.
2 strikes. There's the breaking ball again into the glove for strike 3. Duffy, a 1-2-3 inning that did not last very long. And we'd like to welcome all our viewers in Des Moines and Ames, Iowa, watching on DirecTV. So last year I had the Iowa State football game. It was in Ames. It was a morning game, and it felt like the entire state was at the football field. It was one of the greatest atmospheres you'll see for a football game.
Well, they take their football very seriously, so I can understand it.
2 great coaches there too, Kirk Ferentz, Matt Campbell. Matt Campbell, by the way, was a big Terry Francona fan, he told us.
Well, he's picked out a pretty good manager.
Yeah, good guy to hitch your wagon to. 2 strikes on Dozier. And Lopez disposes of him very quickly. 1 down. as we tell you what else you're going to see on our telecast this afternoon. Second to last game before the All-Star break. It's Authentic Fan Day, some memorable moments from the American League West Championship season, and then some bargains maybe at the swap meet. Evidently, by that question mark, maybe Kampka's jacked up the prices. I don't know if his lease was up and he had to sign a bad one, or
usually when they reprint the menu, there's going to be a rise in prices.
That's how it goes.
Yep, that's how it works in that business.
Ball one to Gordon. Can't help but get very nostalgic when I see that 93 team like that. That's part of the reason I started coming to Sox games.
It's the team of your youth.
Those guys.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people who feel the same way. So if you have to take over the play-by-play at some points, because I'm getting wispy.
Knock yourself out.
Well,
whatever you need to do.
You mean that seriously, though, is the problem.
Literally.
In the air, third base side, Sanchez, long run. He's motoring over. Sanchez slides. Oh, what a play! Over Sanchez. He had those little legs churning hard, and he got underneath and put it away.
That was just an outstanding play because he was swung around actually as a shortstop. He goes well into foul territory, keeps the ball in his line of sight, and on the sliding dive, he makes the play. Nice job. Outstanding effort.
That is a whale of a play.
Kept his concentration, and Tim Timmons was there to see if he trapped it against the ground. He did not, and very appreciative starting pitcher, giving him a high standing 5.
Boy, you're right. He had such a long way to go for that ball.
Normally it's a good play, not a great play, because he's lined up at third base. But when you're a shortstop, which is what he was, that's a long run.
Makata off the backhand side. Lopez matches the 1-2-3 from Danny Duffy. But it's another Yolmer the shoulder catch. Nestling with the tarp. Second inning, 2-0 Kansas City, but it is the Royals' arch nemesis. Matt Davidson to the plate. 7 home runs against Kansas City this year. And he faces Danny Duffy, who was superb in the first inning. 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
And the curveball was a very good one today.
Does that usually stick with you for the whole game when you have it in the first inning?
Yeah, if you got the feel for it early, then it will stay with you.
Threaded through for a strike 1 and 2. So Davidson 12 for 26 against Kansas City. 7 home runs, 12 driven in. against the Royals in 7 games. The last player to hit 8 homers against a team was Adam Dunn against Minnesota in 2013.
Matt's got a long way to go and only one more to tie the record. This is Kansas City's first trip to Chicago this year.
Don't worry, they'll be back very shortly.
They will, a couple of weeks.
Three and two, Duffy to Davidson. Matt has been working very deep counts this season, more than 4.4 pitches per plate appearance, one of the top guys in Major League Baseball in that stat. Big change from previous years. It's called strike 3.
This is actually a pretty good pitch, and he threaded the needle downstairs 3 different times on fastballs in this at bat. This the third of 3. Salvi holds it right there, and Adam Hammery rings him up.
One of the good young umpires in baseball, Adam Hammery. You know, we've seen this before, though, from Danny Duffy. This is exactly what you get sometimes. Out of the chute, you can't hit him.
Well, his stuff has always been very good. He's always had top of the rotation stuff, but something has always gotten in his way.
Ball and a strike from Duffy, who made his debut 7 years ago. Spent a little time in the bullpen a couple of seasons ago, 2016. 16 appearances out of the pen, but for the most part, a starter for Kansas City.
And you see 2 games under 500 coming into this outing today.
Here's the arsenal for Danny Duffy.
Curve at just 6%, but he's going to throw that more than 6% today.
Yeah, it's one of those curveballs that sometimes looks like a slider to StatCast. Third base side, Moustakas. Your 2018 Chicago White Sox are presented by Guaranteed Rate, your trusted teammate throughout the mortgage process. Experience the difference today at rate.com. You know, StatCast doesn't have a category for slurve, or else some pitchers would fall into that and you'd have slider and curve combined to make the rates that we show you.
Yeah, there's no doubt that his bigger breaking ball is a curveball, and he can make that curveball a little bit faster so it looks like that slider. But the stuff is very good here this afternoon with whatever he's throwing.
Yoan Moncada, who drops down to the 6th spot or the 7th spot typically against left-handed pitchers. Trying to become the first base runner and the first to hit the ball out of the infield. There it is. On the ground and through. Base hit for Moncada against Duffy.
It's good that he gets some more right-handed at bats. He's been lagging as the Sox have not faced too many left-hand starting pitchers.
That brings up Ryan Lamar. Those numbers are combined with the Sox in Minnesota now. To 96 on the fastball from Duffy.
Lamar with a couple of hits last night, including a run driven home. He made his Sox debut and made a favorable impression.
Another ball that skates away from Salvador Perez. Moncada thought about trying for third. He'll take second base.
It's a wild pitch, but again, Selby trying to backhand just about everything. And it's really difficult because if you don't catch it in the glove, it's going to bound away. That's just a terrible technique.
It's all about probability, right? You don't have two chances at it. You got one shot and that's it.
If he shifted to his left, he stops that ball easily. He didn't, and it cost him 90 feet.
We'll see if that makes a run. Lamar trying to drive Moncada in. Laced foul left side over the tarp. 2-2.
That was a high change, and Duffy doesn't have the feel for that quite yet.
Would assume it's a double-edged sword. You want to see if the other stuff is good today. But if you know one pitch is good, you might want to just keep going there, right?
Yeah, you'd stick with it. But he knows he's got to get the feel for that changeup.
To first, and Duda for out number 3. 2-0 Kansas City.
Fan of the game, Matt Davis from Hanover Park. If you want to be the next authentic fan, enter for your chance to win at NBCSportsChicago.com/White Sox AF.
The only thing you have to do to know how authentic of a fan Matt Davis is look at his birth certificate, because his middle name is Lewis. He was named middle name after Louis Aparicio.
Not Jerry Lewis?
Thank you for asking, but no.
Okay.
Matt enjoying the game. His friend Dominique there as well. He has a brick outside, a legacy brick. The entryway here to Guaranteed Rate Field. We've gotten to meet some awesome Sox fans, part of the Authentic Fan. I was pitching to NBC for that 2-game series with the Cardinals that we do the Authentic Fam Night and have it just be Tommy every game. But
it would have been good, but he was scratching that first game, so the promotion would have gone awry.
2 strikes on Escobar. Well, Escobar defensively has always been very effective. In 2014, he was worth 3.5 wins overall, but that has since declined. The offense has never really been his strong suit. Actually has a negative WAR. Opening play today at -1.1. First base side, Abreu's after it, Moncada as well. And that's a foul ball.
Long way to go for the boys in the infield, and for Leury, he was in right center field, so he had no chance to get that.
Well, Avi's still on the DL. The hope is that after the All-Star break, he'll be ready to go. Break coming up Monday through Thursday.
And hopefully swinging it like he was swinging it when he re-injured that hamstring. With 8 home runs in 12 days, he was torching it.
To right field, Leury Garcia can't get there. It gets behind his glove. And Escobar with a leadoff single.
Sinking line drive, and once Leury realized that he couldn't catch it on the fly, you've got to then smother the baseball. He was able to do just that. Escobar with a single instead of what would have been a 3-base hit.
Whit Merrifield, the batter. He singled and scored in the first. His father, Bill, a longtime sports executive, at the ballpark last night and today to see Whit play.
Escobar 3 out of 4 in stolen bases. This is also, if Ned Yost wants, a good hit and run scenario. Get a guy who's had luck against Ronaldo Lopez and probably their hottest hitter overall.
Oh, and 2. See if he can put him away. That was part of the trouble in Houston, is 5 walks, 2 strikeouts for Lopez in his last start. There is a fastball at 97. Merrifield strikes out.
He set him up for the high heat off a breaking ball and just overmatched him with that fastball.
What does Ronaldo Lopez look like 2 years down the road, stuff-wise? What do you think?
Well, the stuff is top of the rotation stuff at this point. The question is the secondary stuff, and can he consistently get it over the plate? If the answer to that is yes, he can be anywhere from a 1, a 2, or maybe on a really good staff, a high 3.
Two-run home run for Bonifacio that he launched into the jet stream in left field down the line to give the Royals the lead that currently stands. See the pink glove for his daughter Zoe. Lopez also with his name on the glove. Got the name on the cleats too today. He's all Zoe'd out. How neat is that, though? I mean, we're talking 24 hours after the birth of your daughter. Out you go. Take the ball. Now the adjustment to the sleep pattern.
That's going to be the most difficult part of this.
One is downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Lopez had some pink shoes before the game that had Zoe's name on it to decided to go with the regulation ones in game today. 2-1. Flared to left. Lamar is on the case, and there is out number 2. New bleachers and brews dates have been announced. Get 1 bleacher seat and 2 beers for just $22. You got to be 21 and over with a valid ID. Bleachers and brews, presented by Budweiser. To get your tickets, visit whitesox.com/brews. 2 down for Moustakas, who is the topic of conversation to many following trade rumors before the deadline, this being 2.5 weeks before the non-waiver trade deadline. Trades can still happen after this deadline. However, all the players involved must pass through waivers, which is unlikely for certain players to have happen.
Although year after year, you're pretty much surprised at a few of the guys that actually sneak through waivers. Guys with very big contracts that other teams don't want to take on. They'll pass on them. Sometimes you get stuck making a waiver claim and the team in the first round does not pull him back. And you're awarded that player for his entire contract.
He's yours. All right, so nearly 1,000 games for Moustakas, 138 career home runs. So the shift is on for the Sox, and you see why. Although there's about a 28% chance that the ball goes left of the pitcher's mound. Sanchez right in the middle of the green zone, which is for unloading only.
It is amazing when they play these shifts and there is one guy, in this case on the left side, how many times that ball is hit right to him. He's the one man patrolling all the ground on the left side, and many times when a hitter goes there, it's going to be right where Yolmer's standing.
And not even a dribbler, like a laser right at the guy. Ball and 2 strikes. Escobar at first. First full season with the Sox for Reynaldo Lopez, who's been quite good at home this year. A 2.72 ERA in this ballpark. Coming into this afternoon's game. One, two. So the question is, where will he go if the fastball turns into a foul ball a couple of times? Where do you go? And that's what you're talking about with the secondary stuff improving over the years.
Yeah, but he's going to try to throw the fastball away and get Moustakas to roll over it. He's been trying to pull just about everything to get those power numbers up.
One, two. In the dirt and kicking away from Kevin Smith. Escobar to second base.
That's going to go as a stolen base because he was running, and even though the pitch was in the dirt and got away from Kevin, it's as if it didn't happen. That's a slider down. Kevin has it tip off the side of the chest protector, and it will be a wild pitch. Will be a stolen base.
Two balls, 2 strikes from Lopez. On the ground, Moncada has to circle. He throws, and he clipped him for out number 3. Just in time to finish off the Royals in the 3rd. guaranteed rate, and it's the former Wright State Raider Mitch Roman, 3 for 4 with a home run and a couple of doubles for Winston-Salem in a walk-off against Bowie's Creek's Astros. 2 runs scored, 2 driven in, nearly a 300 average. He's stolen 13 bags. Former 12th round pick of the Sox just 2 years ago, Mitch Roman, in his first season with Winston-Salem. Good news as well from the minors on the rehab front. Nicky Delmonico has risen to Charlotte in AAA. He's 6 for 15 in his first 15 at bats with Birmingham and Charlotte. It's been a while for Nicky, and so we'll see when he ends up getting activated.
Yeah, nothing more frustrating when you do secure a job, and Nicky had one in left field, and then you get hit, you lose the job, you can't play for a couple of months. It's disheartening. They're very frustrating for those guys that have worked their entire career to get a starting spot. They finally get one, and injuries take them down.
Especially with everything he had been through mentally, physically. But he is on the mend and hoping to be back soon, as it's 2-2 on Sanchez. Yolmer and Adam Engel 8 and 9 in the order today, but they both have really irritated Danny Duffy in his career. Engel 6 for 9, Sanchez 10 for 29 against Duffy. That comebacker is out number 1. Duffy responded well to the contact on the mound, and Sanchez is out.
Yolmer thought he had that play beaten, but a nice job by Duffy. The ball hits him square, but he stays right with it. Pours it across, and they get Yolmer by an eyelash.
The one down for Engel. Adam Engel takes on Danny Duffy today by AARP. Gaudy numbers, 3 triples out of 6 hits.
That's pretty amazing. Although that park in Kansas City is a very good triples park.
Engel, a couple of home runs for his season so far. He's got 5 career triples. 3 against Danny Duffy. His own personal triples machine. Two strikes. And that is strike 3. 4 punch outs for Duffy, first time through. All right, now let's see if the Sox can get to him second time, as Anderson back to the top of the card.
When he's going to the fastball, he's throwing low fastballs. I mean, they're just about all knee high, so he's painting that part of the strike zone. And his curveball has been very good today, although he just doesn't throw it a whole lot historically. He's feeling it today.
Anderson, a bloop, center field, playable, no. It cascaded down softly to the grass, and Tim will take it.
Orlando didn't get a great jump on that, couldn't read it off the bat, and consequently he was late, and it fell in for a base hit. Merrifield had no chance, and by the time Orlando could get there, he could only play it on the hop.
Normally, as a former sprinter, you go forward through the entire race. When you start backward, that's going to hurt your time.
Just a touch.
Just a pro tip for those of you thinking about taking up track and field. Right side and through. Little Massey shot from Minnesota. Garcia, first and third, 2 down.
Leary, who came in at 280, found a very nice spot for this cue shot to wind up, and that is off the end of the bat into right field, just easing it by Merrifield. Perfectly placed.
First and third, 2 out. All right, so the StatCast folks have this thing called a hit probability based on how hard the ball was hit and where it was hit, and all the balls that are like it from the past. Tim Anderson's hit probability was 12%. Garcia's was 18%. And the rally continues.
It does that. With 2 outs, nobody on. Now there's 2 outs and 2 on.
Two strikes from Duffy. Way high on the fastball.
Tried to throw as hard a fastball as he could. That one at 95, and he wanted to keep it about face high. That one just drifted way out of the zone. Not even tantalizing enough for Jose to swing at it.
Called strike 3 on Abreu. Looked a little bit low. Duffy will take it. And 2 stranded for the Sox in the third. Jose may be there when we come back. Because of licensing issues, I can't even sing it. So this cake is here instead of me singing to you.
There you go. This is courtesy of the Ruby family. I'd like to thank them and see if it's in one piece when this is over, because if he gets it, there's going to be big problems up here, Pally.
This ball is fouled away left side. Look, what kind of cake is that? You can't eat most ice creams, right?
It's a banana cake with chocolate frosting and a big wafer in the middle.
And balloons. I know you love balloons.
I love balloons.
Red balloons?
And no, you can't.
I just want to try a little bit of it.
Okay.
And if
Next
our winner
year.
of Sox Math wants it,
Yeah.
can he or she have the cake?
When I'm done with it, sure.
That sounds really tasty. in the gap left center field on 2 strikes. Lamar gets there very quickly, and now Perez going to try it for second base. This is going to be a fun tap dance. See you later. It's been fun. He thinks he was safe. We'll find out.
Well, Moncada believes he got him, and Salvi thought that he missed him. A very unorthodox way to move into second, and kind of surprising that he would attempt this. Well, the throw got there in plenty of time, and he got him on the knee.
Let's see.
Yep.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, it's your birthday. I believe you.
Right there, left knee.
Ned Yost not challenging. I think Lopez, that's the second time Kevin Smith, by the way, on that breaking ball. It's the second time he started to backhand, changed his look hand-wise. I think he's been crossed up twice.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Take a look at this.
Well, he was waiting for a fastball away. I mean, he set up low and away. That's where he was waiting, and the fact that he raised the glove would lead you to believe that he thought it was a fastball forthcoming, only to see the hook.
There's a fastball, and Duda is away. 2 down. Remember the one we showed earlier, too, the ball that was in the dirt. Kevin started to backhand, then went to the forehand on it. Your best birthday present you've ever gotten is what?
Well, it's usually during the All-Star break, so a day off is usually pretty good. But this year, the season started a week earlier, and everything because of that is a little later.
What if I said I got you Ozzie Guillen for your birthday?
Can you wrap them up?
No producer has ever wrapped up Ozzie Guillen, so I can't do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had better presents than that, but that's up there, I guess.
1-2. Ozzie will be joining us coming up in the bottom of the 4th. Ball and 2 strikes from Lopez. Upstairs.
Lopez fastball sitting comfortably at 98 miles an hour.
Four hits allowed, 4 strikeouts, no walks for Lopez. 2-2. Into center field, a base hit. Dozier 1 for 2. And here is your Sox Math question for today. Hashtag Sox Math. First correct answer with the prize off the shelf. Number of Sox games after the All-Star break, and then add the number of days the break lasts.
Dude, that's easy.
You got it?
Sure.
What is it?
Can't tell you.
Why?
It would ruin it for the fan.
The authentic fan?
There's one of those today, yes.
Alex Gordon, 1 on, 2 out, and a throw to first.
Dozier 0 for 2 in stolen bases.
That was tipped into the glove, and then he knocked it out of the glove with the backswing.
No harm, no foul in that instance.
You play by those rules? Is that your basic tenet of
Yes.
life? No harm, no foul?
No harm, no foul.
0-1. Kansas City has led since batter number 2, Bonifacio, a 2-run homer. After a Merrifield single, and it was just 4 pitches deep that Kansas City was up 2-zip in this game. '97. One ball, 2 strikes from Lopez. And he got him to chase. Strike 3, 5th punch out for Reynaldo Lopez. Sox still trail 2-0. Ozzie Guillen after this. Here to join us. How you doing?
Very good, very good. Listen to you guys every day and learn.
Oh.
I never thought, I swear to God, I never lied. I never lied. I swear to God, listen to you guys, write it down. Then when I'm working with ESPN all of a sudden, I'm genius.
So we were getting on you for not framing Blackjack's first pitch, but you told us during the break he threw you what?
He told me a split finger fastball. He told me I got to do it. I don't think I got the God to do it. All of a sudden, he did it. Thank God I take my glasses off. And I said, well, you know what? You never change. You're crazy and you're still crazy and you will be crazy.
What was that clubhouse like in '93?
Well, very good. Very good. Everybody get along very well. Obviously, we had a bunch of kids. You know, Jason, Wilson, Roberto Hernandez, Alex Fernandez, Robin. And I was like the old man of the ball club with Poch. And they bring Bo. And, you know, Frankie's only had, what, 3 years in the big league? But I think Walter Reniak offensively keep this team together and respect each other. And you know, obviously with Gene Lamont and then the pitching staff, it was great. It was young, but with great arms. And, you know, people don't remember, we compete against good ball clubs. Oh, my God. We compete against Oakland A's, first of all, and then we lost the playoff against one of the best teams I've ever seen in my life on the field. It was the Toronto Blue Jays.
Nice mustache, by the way.
Well, that was the 10 then.
You got it up and out there.
Well, I was off the stuff. Maybe a corn bad though. But you know, people talk about 2005 ball club. Obviously, I was the manager, but in the meanwhile, it wasn't fun because I was in another level. But this ball club, it was my ball club, the ball club my kids grew up with.
Yep.
And the club we built it. You know, we're playing this ballpark in the past, and you know, we was. I think we got better friends off the field. We was on the field. Off the field, it was a bunch of crazy, great guys, veteran players. And today, when I walk in, I say, "Wow, we're still alive," you know, because it was a lot of the veteran players we had. There was a pretty good veteran club. Obviously, it was a lot of veterans and a lot of kids, and I think those kids grew up with the good veteran players around them.
When you think back to that year, what games stand out? What moments stand out?
Well, we was so many. Well, first of all, I was hurt the year before. My first game back that year was the one I really appreciated because I never thought would come back from injury. I never thought the team and the fans would react that way. But I remember clinch. I think it was Seattle when we clinched against Seattle. The ball hit the home run. We got the lead, but above give a little bit stretch and make it all more comfortable. And we feel comfortable with Roberto Hernandez come out of the bullpen. But I think over the years, it's just, you know, it was so special watching Frank Thomas win the MVP. It was amazing. We know how, you know what, they know us that many people behind him to protect him. Like right now, oh, I know hit it because I know how protection. Well, Frank, we did it with good ball clubs, and that's why we clinched. Yeah, Ellis Burke. You know what I mean? I think it was a special because a bunch of great kids, great coaches. Great coaches. Tom Manzolino was on the coaches. I think Terry Bevington was a great third base coach. I don't think he was a good manager, but he was a great third base coach. One of the best. I get there with Gene Leland and Terry Bevington was the best third base coach I ever seen in my career.
Why is that? Why was he so good at third base?
You know what he was doing? He was another manager there. He took the role very well. And he was into every play we have on the field. Manzolino working with the infield. I told Manzolino, well, that's easy working the infield when we have Joey, Ozzy.
Yeah, you
Robin.
got Joey right there.
Yeah. Now it looked like my granddaughter when I'm hugging him. But it was special. It was a special. You know me. We don't have the wild card. We compete against good ball clubs. Although it's only was divisions, and besides the division, we go to, you know, four games to win, and we, like I say, we compete against most of the guys are Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
You know, Toronto got a bunch of Hall of Famers guys and them great players.
What was it like playing behind that pitching staff you guys had? Wilson and Blackjack and Alex and Beret.
Also, because besides they got good arms. Now you see good arms, but you don't see strikes. I watch the games every day. I say, oh God, this guy throw 98, 97, no strike zone. Those guys know what to do. Those guys keep the ball, you know, perfect. And to me, the leader of the pack, it was Blackjack, and they listened to him, and he was a gamer. Now you see a guy throwing 60 innings. 60 pitches. They take him out. Blackjack showed people how to pitch through the 100, through 9 innings, and people don't appreciate that now. And I think that's maybe the career is shorter, but you take more advantage of the pitching staff.
Was '93 the year that you guys did the fake shoe commercial for Spanky LaValliere?
I remember that. That happened. I hit a double, and Spanky tried to score. He was out by miles. Then at the same play, I hit another one, and he scored. And then, you know what? It was fun when baseball was fun, but the respect. Now I think baseball is more fun now. People do a lot of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? I see Sanchez go there and put the bucket over his head. I'm against that, but I love it.
Yeah.
I love because they have fun. Baseball now, I think it's not fun anymore. I think people go through their business different way. But I think we have fun guys. We have a lot of, you know, we got a great ball club, funny ball club, and also it's more fun when you're winning.
Yeah.
You know, make him a little easier to come to the yard.
When did you know that year was going to be special?
To be honest with you, we don't know because we have so many young players, so young talents, and the old guys we had that was very old, and we don't know.
Like you.
I was in the middle. I want to be older then, but I was in the middle. But I feel older because I had the most years in the big league with few veteran players. But the good thing about this ball club, the veteran players take care of the young players the right way, and the young players respect the veteran player. Now you don't see that more often. You know what I mean? They shoot the game's over, everybody go to their house, everybody different way. And Tony can tell you about it. Tony got more friends in the past would play with him. And they all right now. They see each other in the airplane. They see each other but they really don't hang around together. You see a little group here, a little group there, but they're not doing it.
This is from the ALCS.
Yeah, that's Walter Rinia's swing there. We don't work for that many guys. He worked for me. He's still hitting 220.
But it was a big spot.
But it's worked for me. You know, that was good. You know, one of the most underrated players we have was Lance Johnson.
Oh yeah, he was a table setter.
He played good for us.
That was a very wild pitch from Danny Duffy.
I would say when they invented wild pitches, they had that one in mind, because you could have been 20 feet tall and not made this catch.
I hope it's not hurt. But even you try to do it that on purpose, you're not doing it. Especially him, he got a lot of, you know, he was always around the strike zone.
What'd you say to Walt Riniak when you saw him today?
Thank you.
Yeah?
Yes. Thank you for Walter making me good on the field and off the field. Walter was, to me, he was more than the coach. I can talk to Walter the way I like to talk. Be honest, even been through it. Even when you tell people the truth in their face, they don't like it. And the relation between both, it was very honest and very true. And you know, one thing he just told me, said, you know what I remember today when I see you? What you told me, said, Walter, let me tell you one thing. You only care about people's hitting. You don't care about this ball club. And he looked at me and said, you got that right. Because Walter is the kind of coach who care about you. He don't care about the pitching staff. He doesn't. He don't care about
That's not his job.
He don't care about anybody. The soon he's done, he don't care about how good you pitch, how play you different. He's just worried about his hitting. And that's why I think Walter was what he was.
Who was the guy in that, you mentioned Lance Johnson being underappreciated. Who was another guy that you look and you say, wow, he kind of made that 93 team go?
I think Roberto Hernandez.
Yeah.
Roberto Hernandez came from injury. Nobody know what he was. All the song he'd be the closer, the way he was closing with Tiggy, and you know, it's kind of watch out. You know, nobody talk about Ron Karkovic.
Yep.
Karko catch all those big boys. Obviously, I told Karko that's easy to catch them. They're good. They got good arms and they throw strikes. And I think that's one thing nobody talk about, because catching and pitching is the key of the game, and it was a pretty good combination.
Lamar didn't like strike 3 there.
No, but Adam Hammery's been calling the low strike all game. So if you've been down there and calling the borderline strike, you got to figure that's where the strike zone's going to be today, at least.
You know, first, second, and third, I always see games like they strike out so much. They even put the ball in play to bring one run. They try to bring both. And you know, with the umpires right now, you never know. You got a lot of kids in the business right now. You don't know the strike zone is going to be. I remember coming to the plate, say, who's going to be behind the plate? So and so. Now you kind of know exactly what kind of pitch you're going to call. That don't work for me, because every time they throw us around the plate, I swing it.
Yeah, that's right.
Is Tony pitch against me? I guarantee you, he will throw 18 pitches during the game. Complete game, 18 pitches, because you around the plate, I will swing. I mean, be good or bad, but I will swing. And
18 curveballs.
I will swing 18 curveballs, because you're not going to be for strikes. Now they're looking for pitches like what you were looking for, curveball. Can you hit curveball? No. Then why?
Down the line for Sanchez, and this is foul, 1 and 2.
I told you, say, why you was looking at that pitch? Looking for a breaking ball. Say, can you hit breaking ball? No. Then why you look for a breaking ball? I'm talking about Sanchez. I see him every day. It's fun to watch this kid play.
Isn't it?
Oh my God. He's just every day do something, make making excited for the fans. And then,
how about that catch he made earlier?
you know, well, he's from Venezuela. He's supposed to make those plays.
He's supposed to.
Yeah, he's not. You're not coming from our country.
Into left field on a line. Gordon is there for out number 3. Ozzie, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for helping me to make my career easier.
Hey, nice catch on this splitter. You still could have framed it better.
You see, I want to throw it back to him because I said, why are you throwing do this?
Ozzie, thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Tuesday, July 24th, as the next generation of inner-city high school baseball players face off at Guaranteed Rate Field. Admission and parking is free. First pitch 1:05 p.m. and gates open at noon. Visit whitesox.com/DDC for more information. Always fun, the Double Duty Classic. Some future possible stars in baseball. And always fun to talk to Ozzie Guillen, who is one of the most energetic people you will ever chat with.
There's no doubt about that, with definitive opinions on the game. And usually he's got it right.
Orlando leads it off in the 5th. And he takes a strike. To right field, a base hit. Orlando's speed is on as we check in with Layla Rahimi, who's with our authentic fan for today.
Matt Davis from Hanover Park is our authentic fan of the game. Matt, you have an amazing history. I think it starts with your name. Tell me the history of your name as it relates to the White Sox.
So my middle name is Louis. It was my dad's favorite ball player, was Louis Aparicio. He always wanted to be called Little Louis, but that didn't really work out too well. But it's been with me since I was born.
It's okay to be tall. You've been a White Sox fan since even before you were born. And to have the experience you have, you can tell me a memory from any game you've ever attended. So what's one that maybe we wouldn't think of that you've attended that's one of your favorites?
Well, we came to a Sox-Cardinals game here, one of the early interleague plays, and in the first inning, Frank Thomas hit a home run with, I believe, Ray Durham on that set the all-time RBI record for the White Sox. So that's one I definitely remember. And a lot of people are like, you really remember that? And I say, yeah, I sure do.
Encyclopedic knowledge of White Sox baseball for Matt, who says his family's a bleacher family. They like to sit out in the bleachers, enjoy the game from there. But congratulations to Matt from Hanover Park, our authentic fan. And you can use the hashtag authentic fan during the game, and we may pick you for our next authentic fan. That's the royal we. Steve and I don't actually select.
No, we don't. But if we could, we'd pick you out there.
And by the royal we, I don't mean that Alcides Escobar chooses either.
No, he chose a high fastball on the hit and run that time, fouled it back.
He sure did.
Usually not too choosy, however. He will, along with Salvador Perez, swing at just about everything.
Funny thing is, with that being the MO for this team, they don't strike out very much. Third fewest strikeouts in baseball. A contact team, as they say. How about Blackjack throwing a splitter?
Well, he's coaching some pretty good young ball players. You figure he's throwing them batting practice, so that arm still works.
New baseball bat, line one. Ooh, that was an ugly looking break.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should talk to the clubhouse folks and see if we can get broken bats for up on the prize shelf. Yesterday's broken bat.
Not a bad idea. I don't think they have a great deal of use for them.
Unless they make s'mores out back.
Yeah.
One and two. Fouled away. Cleveland came into the day 7.5 up on Minnesota in the Central. Then Minnesota 5 games clear of the Tigers. Sox are actually only 6.5 back of Detroit for third place. Cleveland 9 games over starting play today. One ball, 2 strikes. Lopez has been very aware of base runners today.
Well, he's among the league leaders in giving up stolen bases, so it's best he pay some attention to them, and he is.
One, two. Fouled back our way. He's going to get you a foul ball as a souvenir for your birthday, but didn't work out just yet.
Well, one might come up here. Probably going to have to be a left-hand hitter, you would expect.
Was it last year we got 2 in a week? Or 2 years ago?
2 years ago, I believe.
Trying to repress that memory. Another foul ball.
Good battle between Escobar and Lopez.
What's Orlando doing? We get a balk there?
Must have. I can't figure out any way he got to second base.
One and two. Check swing. No.
Chad Whitson said he did not go.
And Adam Hammery has decided to throw on Ricky Renteria. Well, Ricky gets a big round of applause as he leaves. Sox have taken exception with Adam Hammery for a good chunk of his game. And the balk without fanfare, leading to the dispute about balls and strikes. And now 2-2. That's low. So here's a look at the balk that got Orlando to second base.
I think it was no lack of pause. I don't think they thought that he had paused a full second from the stretch position.
That's twice now that's been called on a Sox pitcher in the last week. Shields and Lopez. And that's strike 3. Take that.
Good breaking ball. And Lopez wins the battle. There's his slider. Gives a little depth on it. Puts it in a perfect spot. And Escobar's down on strikes.
We've seen Lopez balk on the move to first.
Yes.
What do you think of that one?
I thought when he came to a set position, he did it quickly.
He did do it quickly.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think that opens you up for a call like that.
It's almost like taking a 2-strike pitch on the borderline, is what you're saying. All right, watch again.
That was it, called by Mike Winters, who felt he had a better look at it than Adam Hammery.
Yeah, but it came well late.
Yeah, it did.
Without any signal, really, which is tough. Right? I mean, usually you'll get a hand raise and a point.
Well, he did it subtly. It was a subtle balk call.
Makes it easy for the fans.
Yeah. Well, the tip-off was Orlando at second.
I thought Orlando didn't know the ball was fouled away for a moment.
Looked like he was setting up comfortably there, though. He wasn't any intention of going back.
Throw to second, a collision, and Moncada is grabbing his knee. Now Herm Schneider and Joe McEwing are going to rush out to go check on Moncada on the throw to second base. Yoan is down.
And we have to hope it was just knee-to-knee contact instead of a twist.
Herm Schneider is out there. Moncada in pain at second base. All right, here's a look.
Looked like left knee to right knee.
I don't know. Yoan Moncada down on the throw to second base. Kansas City up 2-0, but Herm Schneider working on the Sox second baseman Joe McEwing out there because Ricky Renteria has been ejected just moments ago. Moncada up. And having trouble walking it off. is going to come out of this game.
Looked like left knee to right knee just on the collision.
You would imagine it's going to be Leury Garcia coming in from the outfield, and Daniel Palka is going to go in to the outfield.
Polka's going to come in and go to left field.
That would move Lamar to right and Garcia to play second base. And so when we have an update on Yoan Moncada, we will let you know. So there you see Lamar moving into right. We showed you Palka in left, and Garcia now the second baseman. Two-0 pitch is there for a strike. Sox have had some really unfortunate luck with injuries to young players this season.
It's been up and down through the entire organization. The injury reports year after year were so very good for this team. It seems like everything is caught up this year. A lot of the young minor leaguers hurt. We've seen a lot of attrition in the major leagues this year.
Anderson for out number 2. Two down for Bonifacio.
Jorge is the difference in this ball game. His 2-run homer in the first inning after Merrifield's single. That's the sum total of the offense for both of these teams.
Into left field and down. Bonifacio drives in another, his second extra base hit. And he is on his way to third as the ball trickles into the infield.
We'll watch it again. Polka cannot get to it. So Orlando scoring easily. And now the ball just gets away.
Left field side. Polka back at the warning track, and Daniels there to make the catch for out number 3. Bonifacio drives in Orlando. Kansas City expands the lead. 3-0 your score. Kansas City with the lead over the Sox. And the 93 team celebrated. There's the pennant. Ice cream and lemon chills always celebrated at the ballpark as well.
Very nice.
Adam Engel takes ball 1. One ball, one strike.
Straight change by Duffy now is starting to come around. He's keeping it close enough to the zone where the hitters have to respect it, and more times than not, go and swing at it.
Two balls and a strike. Well, Danny Duffy had that thorny patch last inning. He walked 2 in a row, but then recovered to strike out Lamar and get the line out from Sanchez. But maybe that was going to be the moment where we see it start to unravel, but the Sox couldn't pay it off, and Duffy kept out of the run column. That's strike 3. 1 out. I want to double back to the Yoan Moncada injury because we've been watching the replay during the break and watch the ball. Did the ball hit him in the knee off the one hop? It looked like that was the case, that he took the ball off the knee.
From that angle, it looked like the ball did hit him on a bounce.
And so, I mean, you talk about hopefulness. That would create much less of a situation over 100 times having it happen than getting it stuck and twisting it, as Orlando was the one that came in to the picture. And we'll get you an update on Yoan Moncada when we have it from the Sox. So that is the change. Polka comes in. Daniel in for Moncada, and that is that's a difficult switch to make happen on a lineup card when you're trying to turn a 4 into a 7. It's always going to look like a 9 every time you do it. Yeah, it's no good way to do it. It's a nice effort. Still a 9.
It's a 9.
In the air, right field. Bonifacio on the charge, and it's Merrifield skating in to make the catch for out number 2. He's always impressive.
Yeah, that was a terrific play. He's usually in the right place, and he had the best shot at it. Bonifacio had a long way to come, but Merrifield puts it away. Duda had no chance. And he calls for it, making sure there's no collision. Good communication, then just runs it down.
Two out for Garcia. Low and in. Orlando. And Danny Duffy is through 5. 3-zip your score, Kansas City. 67 games after the All-Star break, 4 days. The All-Star break, 71 is your answer. Super Sox fan, 79 with the victory. And to all of those Sox Math winners from the first half of the season, this being the quote-unquote end of the first half tomorrow, quote-unquote, because it's not a half, as that ball interrupts our conversation. It's caught by Abreu. One down. The first Sox Math of the second half in Seattle is going to be a very special Sox Math. We are going to have our first semifinal. The first half winners will all compete, and the top 3 will be in the final at the end of the year. And we are going to have a special grand final this season for a grand prize involving opening day 2019. So if you've won in the first half, be there on Friday in Seattle, as Kevin Smith just got crossed up again.
He absolutely got crossed up again. And you know, look, it's much better this way because he's called for a fastball and he got 3 different sliders. So there's one. He's looking for a fastball, gets a slider. Much better that way than looking for the slider and getting 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
So let me ask you, how does that happen, though? Do signals are...
Sometimes the pitcher has trouble seeing him. With nobody on, you're going through just one set of signs, so that's not the issue. But how it happens, I don't know.
We asked that question about Terry Francona the other day, how you have the nickname of 2 of your pitchers be OT and OP, and you allow for that to even possibly happen. If you missed it, the Indians manager Terry Francona went out to make a change. He looked at the bullpen door, and it was Dan Otero coming out. It was supposed to be Oliver Perez. One called OP, one called OT. Miscommunication.
Cost him the ball game, as it turned out.
Yeah, it did. You have so much focus and so much experience, and things like that even happen to the most experienced of managers. Strike 3. Duda goes down. Strikeout number 7 for Lopez. A high five for every strikeout. You ever play that game?
Sure.
You have to flip the hand up and hit the other person's hand before they pull it away.
Right. I usually did it with an oven mitt.
How many things did you do with an oven mitt?
Well, run the bases for one, and then play that game. It saves on the wear and tear.
Notably, baking was not on the list. Lopez still at 98 through 5 2/3.
We're not going to see much of a drop off of that fastball. That's one of the things he has certainly shown in his brief career. Fact is, he can throw it as hard when he's coming out of a game as he can when he went into that game.
Second base, and a jumping grab for Garcia. Sox get out of the way before the Royals can smack him with a run. 3-0. Be the Chicago White Sox into your X1 voice remote and get live team stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. Ball 1 to Jose Abreu, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts against Danny Duffy.
This is right around what Duffy is averaging, maybe about 5 1/3, 5 2/3 per start. And so this would be the time, third time through the order, where if he's having any difficulties, it would show up.
Maybe control is that difficulty. We'll find out.
Could very well be. Third time through has been a harbinger of bad things for pitchers historically. Although Ronaldo Lopez is not one of those guys, because third time through he buzzes through the lineup.
That's ball 4, leadoff walk as we check in with Layla.
Yeah, Jason, maybe prophetically before the game, Rick Renteria talked about Leury Garcia and praised his versatility. There's obviously a couple of White Sox on this team that really have that advantage, Yolmer Sanchez being one of them, but said, you know, Leury is a guy that we can move from the outfield to the infield if necessary. Sadly, it was needed today.
Yeah, you know, you plan for all these contingencies, but you don't really want them to happen. But it's the manager's job to be ready for just about anything, and Garcia gives him that opportunity.
And that's why on most of the ball clubs, if they want to carry an 8-man bullpen, they're going to have one short move on the bench, and you're going to have guys who are versatile, guys who can play both infield and outfield. That was not the case, maybe up until about 6 or 7 years ago. And now those guys that bring a lot of gloves to the field, and in the case of Yolmer, be the backup catcher, those guys are really valuable.
Yeah, you allow your manager to do a couple of things late in games, and if you're going to play a bunch of one-run games, which in baseball you're going to load up on those, there's going to be a fairly sizable percentage of one-run games. You're going to play games on the margin, and if you have that slight advantage, it may pay off. To left, Gordon is there. White Sox fans, join us for Country Music Night as the Sox take on the Blue Jays. It's Friday, July 27th, 7:10 p.m. Be sure to stay after the game for a post-game fireworks show presented by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. To get your tickets, visit whitesox.com. If you're wearing an Iowa Hawkeyes shirt and Todd Benjaminson is directing the game, you will be on television. You will.
Good combination. Sox hat and a Hawkeye shirt.
If Hawkeye Pierce were at the game,
he'd get him.
He'd get him. If you have a Peter Jock bobblehead doll, you will be on television. But we love Iowa.
A lot of good friends.
Official word on Yoan Moncada is bruised right knee, x-rays negative. He's officially day-to-day. On the ground, through, base hit. Sox catchers continue to swing it. 2 on, 1 out. Daniel Palka fortuitously is the tying run.
Kevin, as he's been doing quite a bit of, along with Narvaez, both finding holes, both putting the bat on the ball.
Well, Omar's been finding holes in row 5 in right field.
Omar's up to 286. And Kevin came in at 321. That's going to improve with his 1 for 2.
It's called ball 1. Palka will take it. So in the spot of Moncada, who was on twice, Daniel Palka goes lefty-lefty against Duffy. He went around 1-1.
Tried to check it up, but the hand started moving forward, could not.
That's a strike, 1-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Palka. Ryan Lamar is next. With Lamar, you gain the right hand advantage, but you lose some of the power of Palka, who hits the ball top 10 hard in baseball in terms of line drives. In the air, left field, and Gordon on the move for out number 2.
Got to try somebody else. That guy defensively just too good. He's not going to make too many mistakes. And he shows you why he's a Gold Glove left fielder.
Lamar fouls it back, 0-1.
Now Salvi did not like the location of that last pitch apparently. He's going to tell him how he wants to execute this game plan against Lamar.
Royals mound visits are dwindling. They have 5 remaining.
I think they're going to be in good shape.
Finish line in sight. No balls and a strike on Lamar. Sox trying for that first run of the afternoon to their name. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's at the century mark, 100 pitches.
3 walks, 4 hits, all singles, 8 strikeouts for Duffy. This is certainly a gettable bullpen for Kansas City. We saw that last night.
Just one real trouble spot, the 4th inning at 27 pitches. But that was because of the 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. There you look at some pretty impressive numbers into the 6th inning.
Rolled to third, Moustakas at the bag. To the 7th inning we go, 3-0 Kansas City.
presented by AWS, and it's Yolmer. This is just a great play. He was pretty much in the shortstop position as he came over and made the catch. Sprint speed, very good, very impressive for Yolmer. And probability on that, very low, but made. That'll make your starting pitcher very happy.
Well, he's the type of player, especially in a season when you're 32-61, he never plays to your record. Ever. He plays baseball every day.
Yes,
and
he does.
Plays it with a vigor that other people have never really dreamed of.
Well, that and a high baseball acumen. He understands this game and knows where he should be just about each and every time.
Tim Anderson is there for out number one. One final trip to the swap meet before the All-Star break. Let's see what Kampka's got in store for us. You pick first. It's your birthday. This is your present. You get one of these guys for your birthday.
Major league career, batting average, similar. Home runs, similar. Triples, many more.
A lot of bags.
A lot of bags. So could that be? Wonder if that's Tim Raines on one of those sides.
Could be. Which one do you want, left or right?
I'll take the left.
Oh, I get all the stolen bases.
Yep.
I thought for sure you'd take the stolen bases.
No. I've come to a new conclusion.
Which is?
They're only good if you score runs.
That's actually the point of the game. So yeah. You can't redeem them later.
No, I mean, they look good, though.
You didn't have 660-something stolen bases, did you?
I came a little short of that, like 660 something.
Falling 2 strikes on Orlando. Lopez, by the way, 6 1/3, 88 pitches.
And no drop off in velocity that we've seen.
Foul ground near the dugout of Kansas City, and the battle for it left the ball going into the dugout.
And it was a fan in a Paul Konerko jersey that won the extended battle.
Maybe the most important sign for Lopez today is the lack of 3-ball counts. No walks, and deep counts haven't been the theme of the day either. In the neighborhood. Left center field and playable for Adam Engel. There's out number 2. Let's see what we bought at the swap meet from the Swap King. So you got the guy on the left, I got the guy on the right. Lance Johnson and Willie Wilson.
Willie had 230 hits in 1980.
How many against you?
Few, as I recall. He was the table setter for those boys, and they had a very good team.
Strike 2, Escobar. Your thoughts on Lopez today?
I think he's been very good. Got off to the rough start. Gave up one other, but outside of that, you have a performance with no walks, and you're throwing just about everything you have in the zone. It's pretty good.
Oh, 2. Popped up back of home. Kevin Smith. No play.
Royals bullpen is up and going. And there is the Royals pen. Brandon Maurer, who's really scuffled recently. Throwing a baseball.
Angle for the final out. 1-2-3 inning for Lopez. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings at stretch time.
Bring the fun home.
Some more great photos from our White Sox Authentic fans. Thanks for sharing. We'll see you for our next Authentic Fan Day, August 1st. Hard to believe August is on the horizon. First ever date night. First time fan. Southpaw with a thumbs up. That was a thumb. Hashtag Authentic Fan all game long, and you can be our next Authentic Fan. We had one dispatch from Australia. First game there for that young lady. Oh, 0-2 to Sanchez. Danny Duffy has been outstanding today for the most part.
Giving up just 4 singles. Walked 3 guys. But the stuff has been good.
I don't think Ned Yost is real excited about going to the bullpen if he can avoid it.
No, he'd like Duffy to get him 3 more outs.
Ned Yost, 8th season as the manager for the Kansas City Royals. This is the Bo Jackson game. Bo spending most of his time with Kansas City and the Sox in his major league career. 1 year with California. As Ned tries to steer this soon-to-be rebuild in full force for Kansas City.
You can lose a couple players this year, and they've got some fairly substantial money coming off the books next year. So gives Dayton Moore and his staff a lot of financial flexibility.
Touched foul by Sanchez, who came in 10 for 29 against Duffy in his career. Sox have seen a lot of Danny Duffy being in the division, what with the schedule as it is.
13 decisions against any one team is a lot.
Daniel Richard Duffy, former first-round pick, gets a fly ball into right center. Bonifacio. And now time for a special birthday edition of Sticks and Stone, where we quiz my partner on his Major League career. Oh, we got balloons for you.
Oh, terrific.
How about that?
Very nice.
Who did you strike out 3 times in a complete game loss against Kansas City in '73? Freddie Patek, Ed Kirkpatrick, or Rick Reichert?
I'll go with Freddie Patek.
Where are you going with him?
He was our answer to Craig Graybeck.
Little hurt before there was a little hurt.
Yep.
You pretty sure about that?
No, but I think Rick Reichert was my teammate.
It'd be tough for you to strike him out.
Yes, I
you
thought.
think he was your teammate?
Yeah, I think he was my teammate.
How often does that happen?
Every time you mention Rick Reichert's name.
Angle a lob to left. We're going to play Sticks and Stone, the sequel. Was he your teammate very soon? Let's see if the answer was Freddie Patek. If you win everything. No, it was Rick Reichert.
Oh, my Lord. How about that?
He was traded to the Royals that season.
I see. He was a teammate of mine,
Yeah.
traded to the Royals, and so I congratulated him for convincing me, by the way, to move downtown. That was one piece of advice he gave me when I came here. Live downtown. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate that.
He was right.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. I'm still there.
So you were going to win the grand prize if you got it right, but you didn't. So instead, you win a smoothie.
Oh, no, thanks. I mean, it's good looking and all, but
Yeah.
ew.
Look forward to you consuming this during the break. Gordon in left is always very good, and he makes the catch. Here I present to you your door prize.
Thank you. Very nice.
Happy birthday, Stoney. Are perfect for clients or employees celebrating or fundraising. Bring your group out for specially priced tickets and a great experience. It's never too early to start planning your summer outing. For more information, 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. Eighth inning, Reynaldo Lopez continues on. He had an 8-inning start against the Rangers back on May the 20th. That's his career long. Hey, it's the White Sox combo meal. A hot dog and fry.
And a Vienna beef hot dog.
And an Oregon Jay's fry. One square meal.
That's it.
1-2. Into right, base hit. Let's take a jaunt around Major League Baseball. About last night, our producer Keon Dolachah, he tweeted it, so that means it has to be the case. Back it goes, and a beautiful jumping grab by Billy Hamilton. Unsurprising, very talented, measured it the whole way, and saved the sod.
He got up there pretty well. Digging the cleats into the padding on the wall and made the catch.
Got a primal scream out of it, too. So, who was the fielder that you had behind you that you had the most confidence in? Might be a tie for first. I would understand that.
Well, one of the guys I really respected for his glove at first was Jim Spencer.
Runners off, throw coming into second, and offline. Merrifield steals a bag.
That's number 17 for Merrifield on his second hit of the day. Throw on the third base side of second, and Merrifield just too good a base runner to get thrown out on that one.
A bunt. Lopez over there, throws to third. Out! Tremendous reaction by Lopez to chop down Merrifield.
It looked to me like he had no chance at third base to get him, but he makes a fine play. And he's tagged before the foot got to the bag. So a big effort cutting down the lead man. Bonifacio laid down what he thought was a good bunt, only to see that.
I'm with you. I thought there was no shot. Now Moustakas. So you're saying Jim Spencer over at first?
Yeah, Jim Spencer was very good. He and Lamar Johnson played a lot of first base for the White Sox team that I was on. A lot of confidence in my catcher at Baltimore, Rick Dempsey. He was just terrific.
Had a subliminal happy birthday message for you on the scoreboard.
Very nice.
See, for Sticks and Stone, we'd love to do a How Did Steve Do on his birthday. You never pitched on your birthday.
Never? It was always during the All-Star break.
Yeah.
That's
you should move it back.
Is that the halfway mark?
It's halfway to insanity with you. 2-0. That's on the corner, a strike, 2-1. Happy birthday.
Thanks. Every year about this same time.
Roughly?
Yeah.
In all seriousness, I wouldn't want to share a full baseball season with anybody else.
Well, this is going to be a full one. Every bit of a full one. Yeah, we're going to play them all.
2 balls and a strike on Moustakas. High in the air, right field. Lamar is in to make the catch for out number 2. Family Sundays feature tickets as low as $5 in the upper level, $15 in the lower level, and parking for only $10. Plus special family-focused activities located throughout the ballpark. Family Sundays proudly presented by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. Saw Lamar in right make the catch. He started in left field, but because Yoan Moncada covering second base on a throw from Lopez, a pickoff attempt, he was hit in the knee, the right knee, with the baseball. Moncada came out of the game, and it's a bruised knee officially. He is day-to-day. strike one to Salvador Perez.
And the biggest news to come out of that was the x-rays were clean. So no breaks, nothing wrong. And he'll be back in a day or so.
Or maybe 5 with the All-Star break.
Yeah, a game or so.
Or maybe we'll sanction a game so he can get back in there. Here's the injury. This is after a balk, and then Moncada takes the throw on the knee. See it better here. And Super Joe, the manager right now, because Ricky Renteria was ejected just prior to that on the balk, and what he believed was a pitch that should have been a strike. That was called a ball. Right field, Lamar back at the warning track, and the wall, it's into the crab cave. Salvador Perez with a 2-run shot here in the 8th.
Second 2-run homer of the ball game. That on an 0-2 pitch. It was not a strike, but it was too close for Salvi, who swings at just about everything anyway, and took it opposite field out of the park. 13th home run of the year. He's driven in 41. Our Ford home run replay. This ball's out away. It's off the plate a good 3 inches, but good enough for Perez. So that will drive Lopez from the mound. And as he walks off, we'll step out and we'll be back. Time. And Jace Fry comes into the ball game on for the 30th time. His ERA moved up to 4.13. He is 0-1. There you look at the rest of the numbers, the strikeouts. The innings pitch, very good.
Lucas Duda takes a strike. So Lopez final line gets his ERA to 3.91, 7 2/3, 5 earned runs for the year at 3.91. I think Lopez was frustrated with his location on that last pitch.
I don't doubt it for a minute.
Reynaldo Lopez was close to his second 8-inning start of his career. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fry struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Duda in the game. Sox had a little extra climbing to do. Sierra, thank you very much. Bottom of the 8th inning, Kansas City up 5 and a new pitcher.
Jason Hamels had just 1 performance out of the bullpen. So he's made 18 starts. This is his 20th appearance. Record abysmal. The ERA up there at 6.21. He's got a 5-run lead. As Duffy departs, what a job he did. 7 innings, no runs on 4 hits with 3 walks and 8 strikeouts. Danny Duffy, the pitcher of record, as Jason Hamel takes over.
First one misses. Relief appearance number 60 of Jason Hamel's career. Third base side, Moustakas on the warning track for round number 1. There were a couple possible pitfall innings for Danny Duffy. He had 2 on with 2 out in the 3rd. He struck out Abreu. He had 2 on with 1 out in the 4th. He struck out Lamar, and he's got a line drive from Sanchez. And then in the 6th inning, a walk and a single, but that was all she wrote. The Sox couldn't get those runs home.
And he managed to string together 3 1-2-3 innings. First, the 5th, and again in the 7th.
Strike 1 to Abreu. Jose on his way to the All-Star game. That'll be on Tuesday at Nationals Park. He'll start for the American League over at first base. Trying to get back on track. He had 2 hits yesterday, including a home run. For the first time in a long while, he's off the pace to set the doubles record for the franchise. He's at 27 doubles. He's on pace for 47, which would be 1 short of Albert Bell and his 48 back in 1998. Oh, 2 from Hamel.
Sox been up and going. It's Chris Volstad.
Ball and 2 strikes on Abreu. Check swing. He didn't go. 2-2. Sox and Royals will play once again tomorrow. That's a 1:10 start time. Hawk will be in to close out the first half, quote unquote. Lucas Giolito on the mound a day after his birthday. Two and two. Left side throw, base hit. Third hit of the series for Jose.
Nice effort by Moustakas, but this one just bounded by him.
A seedling of a rally with Abreu on. Now Davidson, who flied out to left last time. Matt got the day off yesterday. Ricky Renteria trying to get him back in the groove with a day off.
Royals have had a lot of luck taking starters when either had a problem or when the need arose, putting him into bullpen. And they're hoping the same thing holds true for Hamill.
One. Registers a strike. 1-2. Former 10th round pick of the Devil Rays back in 2002, Jason Hamill. Drafted in the same round, 10 picks earlier than Howie Kendrick.
Turned out to be a good pick.
294th that year to the Angels. 2-2. We were talking about two sports stars yesterday in the context of Bo Jackson. Was thinking back at the Marlins when they started their franchise. The minor league affiliate started before the major league affiliate, as typically happens with the expansion franchise. As this ball is punched into right field, Bonifacio coming on, drops in. Davidson a base hit. Sox have 2 on with 1 out here in the 8th.
This one found a very comfortable spot to land. Bonifacio trying to deke Jose into thinking he's going to catch it. Puts the glove up, but no chance to catch this one.
So 2 on, 1 out. Kevin Smith, the batter. What I was going to say is the Marlins' first game ever in the minor leagues, it was the Erie Sailors in the New York Penn League, and one of the players for the Marlins affiliate in that game was John Lynch, who eventually became an all-pro safety in the NFL.
He became a wonderful safety.
Oh,
he
one
hit
of the
like
best.
a mule.
Like a mule?
Yep.
How do mules hit?
Hard. Like John Lynch. Small mule, but a mule.
Yeah. Two strikes on Kevin Smith. Abreu at second, Davidson at first. Sox are down to their final 5 outs. Tapped out in front of the plate. Perez with the call and the ball and the out. Abreu to third, Davidson to second.
Selby wanted to make sure that Hamill did not get in the way. He knew he only had one play at the first base, and he called off his pitcher pretty quickly.
Daniel Palka, who came in as part of the substitution carousel with the injury to Moncada after he was hit by a throw a couple of innings ago. That's a tapper out in front of the plate again. Perez with the call, and a very similar play. You're talking about two sports stars. We celebrate 1994 and Bo Jackson with one of the 93, I should say, one of the strangest home runs you're ever going to see. A moonshot to left field. The 25th anniversary without Bo would not be an anniversary. Ninth inning, 5-0. Kansas City with the lead. Jace Fry misses with ball 1. Reynaldo Lopez 7 2/3, 9 hits, 5 earned runs. He struck out 7. Then Fry came in and punched out Duda in the 8th. Terry Bernard Allen scheduled to throw for the Royals tomorrow against Lucas Giolito. That is a TBA. Kansas City.
Sometimes they're very good, the TBAs. Sometimes, not so good.
You're saying it's TBA, what you're going to get out of them.
Yes.
Ball and 2 strikes from Fry. Left-hander out of Oregon State. Center field angle. Around number 1. The MLB.TV All-Stars sale is here for $39.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB at Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. What other restrictions?
Good question.
Oh. I think that's just a catch-all. There are no other restrictions.
Are you sure?
No.
There you go.
Are you?
Absolutely sure.
0-1 to Gordon, who's 0 for 3. Sox in the 9th will have Lamar, Sanchez, and Engel coming up. As Kansas City bids to beat the Sox for only the 3rd time this year. That's strike 3. Fry, direct hit on the glove, and his 2nd strikeout.
And here comes Joe McEwing. He's going to go to the pen.
Trying to get some folks some work. So, Jace Fry gets some thoughts from Joe McEwing. And there he goes. To the bullpen, Chris Volstad after this.
By sharing a photo or video with hashtag Hats Off for Heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Our Lakeside bank call to the pen is Chris Volstad. He comes on with the bases clear, 1 out to get, on for the 30th time. His ERA up close to 5 and a 1-5 record.
If you're sitting at home wondering, well, Jace Fry just got 3 guys out. He didn't give up a base runner. Why is he coming out of the game? The answer is that Chris Volstad hasn't thrown in 8 days, and he needed work.
You got to get your control just in case you're needed for something tomorrow. And plus, with a long break coming with the All-Star game, figure get as many of the guys a little bit of work as they possibly can.
Yeah, if the situation doesn't present itself tomorrow that Volstad could get into the game, then he goes, what, 2 straight weeks without throwing a ball in a game. Ball and a strike. Paulo Orlando, former Sox farmhand, 1 for 3 with a run scored today. Hard to believe he's 32 years old.
And can still run. Still run very well, actually.
1-2. Second base, Garcia on for the injured Moncada for a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom 9. Sox need 5 to tie, 6 to win.
Guaranteed Rate Field. You can watch the Sox take on the Royals. Visit the Authentic Fan Booth located outside sections 157 and 158, and grab a free t-shirt while supplies last.
Matt's still here, laughing it up. Our Authentic Fan of today.
And we got a new pitcher coming in the ball game, and it is Willie Peralta. On for the 9th time, his ERA a fine 1.17. 2 for 2 in save situations, of which this is not. Control has not been good. Maybe the Sox can build on that here.
Plus, he hasn't thrown since last Sunday.
Very comfortable seat.
Ryan Lamar against Willie Peralta for a called strike 1 at 98. Fastballs are getting faster in baseball, but they're also becoming less prevalent. A lot more breaking stuff this year, and as the years have gone on, the last couple from pitchers. There's a breaking ball fouled away, 1-2. You think the fastball will go extinct?
No, I just think that it's going to do a lot more things. I can see the 2-seamer eventually eclipsing the 4-seamer.
Movement being paramount nowadays?
As opposed to velocity. Yeah, it's supposed to flat out velocity. Movement and location has always been the key. What velocity allows you to do, if you got another 2-3 miles an hour in your velocity, you can get away with another mistake or two that you wouldn't if the velocity was down. But the real good hitters are going to turn around any fastball. That at 99. But as we've seen many times, 99 down. A lot easier to hit than 99 letter high.
Breaking ball for strike 3. And 1 away. Sox fans, StubHub is your ticket to once-in-a-lifetime experiences. From Chicago White Sox games to amazing concerts and shows you don't want to miss. StubHub, your ticket out. StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Chicago White Sox.
Charlie Tilson has a bat. He's in the on-deck circle.
That would be for Engel. Yolmer 3 balls in play. A ground ball back to the pitcher. That was Duffy at the time. A line out to Gordon in left and a fly out to Bonifacio in right. Breaks in there for a strike. Peralta looks like he's got good stuff today.
That ERA would show you that stuff's pretty good every day. But it's limited action. This is just his 9th appearance.
Here's a weird one. The Royals have won 5 games since June 9th. That's not the weird part, although it's not pleasant for them.
No.
3 of those last 5 wins have been shutouts. You give up nothing or you lose.
There you go. That tells you something about the ball club.
On the ground, off the spin, Escobar, nifty.
Pretty nice effort on both ends in this one. Yolmer bidding for a base hit up the middle. And Escobar with 1 hop toss, and they got him.
Yolmer was waiting to see if Duda was on the bag. He was. And so Charlie Tilson trying to keep it alive for Hillbilly Jim's cousin. Peralta for a strike. So Yoan Moncada leaves this game after running into Paulo Orlando at second base, or near him. The ball hits off Moncada's knee, and it's a bruised knee for Moncada. Contact was ball to knee on the near collision at second base. So Moncada day to day as Charlie takes high. That was a better result than we thought at first for Yoan.
As long as there wasn't any twisting where you have some ligament involvement, he'll be fine.
1-2. Day baseball tomorrow. Lucas Giolito on the hill. Coca-Cola Family Sunday. Hope to see you at the ballpark for the final Sox home game for the next couple of weeks. Long road trip to the West Coast after the break.
There's Lucas getting ready for tomorrow. A little stretching, familiarity with the baseball, and he'll be ready to go.
Yeah, it looks like it's nap time, honestly. 2-2. Lucas had a nice start in Houston.
Yes, he did. Grew very well. That's something to build on.
Two and two. He struck him out. Peralta does, and that will do it for today's ball game. Kansas City a shutout, 5-0 over the Sox to even the series at 1.
Just like we promised, it's time for the Miller Lite Hold True moment, and it came from home run balls. This, the second hitter of the ball game, Bonifacio, takes him deep. That was his first of the year. And this one coming in the 8th inning off the bat of Salvi Perez. That was his 13th of the year. And so Kansas City wins a ball game here to tie the series at 1-1. I will see you after the break.
Before you go, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hope it was a good one, and hope you have a nice meal tonight, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Steve Stone, 71 years young today, and we say farewell for our producer Keon Dolachahi, for Blackjack, for our director Todd Benjaminson, for Ozzy, and our associate producer Dave Ross, our tech manager Mark Harper, the executive producer Greg Bowman, and our entire NBC Sports crew. He's Steve Stone. She's Layla Rahimi. I'm Jason Benetti saying so long from Guaranteed Rate Field. Coming up next, Subaru White Sox postgame live. You've been watching Chicago White Sox baseball on NBC Sports Chicago.